Hi, and welcome to another presentation by your business tutor, learning your way, anytime, anywhere. When we looked at motivation, we divided the approaches an organisation uses into financial and non-financial methods. In particular, the financial rewards we referred to talked about the ways in which an organisation pays its employees. Given the importance of this in motivating staff, this presentation will go into more detail on the payment systems used by organisations. So what are we going to learn in today's presentation? Well, first of all, we're going to find out about the different types of payment systems. And then we're going on to explore the advantages and disadvantages of each payment system. The payment method or methods an organisation chooses to incentivise their staff is a very important decision. Select the correct ones and staff will work harder, produce better work and stay with your business longer. So with that in mind, let's explore the different methods used and first of all ask, what is the time rate payment method? The time rate payment method describes a situation where employees are paid at a certain amount for every hour they work. For example, if the time rate is £10 per hour, this means an employee that works 10 hours would earn £100. In short, 10 hours multiplied by £10. As you might expect, this system is very popular for a number of reasons. First, it is very easy to understand and use. All a business needs to do is work out how many hours an employee has worked and multiply it by the hourly rate. More than that though, employees like time rate because they can quickly check that they are being paid the correct amount and they know how much they should be paid based on how many hours they have worked. This is useful because if an employee knows how much they are being paid, it makes it easier for them to budget accurately and pay their bills. Another reason time rate is used is because it creates an incentive for an employee to work longer hours, as the more they work, the more they will be paid. However, although this is true, many argue that the incentive is not huge because employees are still being paid the same hourly rate for working extra hours. This is why many organisations adapt their time rate system to create a bigger incentive, which we will look at next when we ask, what is an overtime payment method? The overtime payment method is an enhanced time rate system that pays employees more for working extra hours than their contract states. For example, if a business had a time rate of £10 per hour, then it may offer an overtime rate of £15 to encourage employees to work additional hours. As can be seen, the overtime rate in this example is the time rate £10 plus half of the time rate £5 and would be referred to as time and a half. However, if the business wished to provide an even bigger incentive, it may offer double time, such as £20 an hour, or even triple time, such as £30 an hour. As is obvious, the overtime payment method provides a big incentive for employees to take on extra hours above those they are contracted to do. This is good for the employee as they are being adequately rewarded for working extra hours, but can also help a business because if employees work extra hours, it may allow a business to complete a contract before a deadline date. In fact, offering overtime means a business can avoid having to take on temporary staff during busy times of the year, such as Christmas, or to cover staff absence because current staff will be willing to work longer for extra pay. Overtime is also popular with employees and organisations because it is easy to understand and it is easy to calculate, as it is just the overtime hours worked multiplied by the overtime rate. However, As employees are being paid an enhanced rate, overtime is expensive to provide, especially if it is on offer most weeks. This can also cause a couple of other issues, because if employees are working long hours every week, it can begin to affect their health and family life. Overtime can also cause an issue if employees know it will be provided if a job is not completed on time, as they may start to work slowly on purpose so that it is offered. Obviously, a business wants to avoid such a situation, so will have to ensure that staff are adequately supervised to ensure work rates do not slow on purpose. In fact, to avoid this issue in the first place, some businesses use the bonus payment method, which we will look at now. The bonus payment method, like overtime, is paid in addition to an employee's normal pay. It is used by an organisation as an incentive to encourage employees to meet a certain target. For example, an employee may receive a bonus of £1,000 if they hit a sales target by a certain date. Obviously, such a bonus would encourage an employee to work hard and put in extra hours, as this is how they will hit their target. Moreover, because the bonus payment method is so easy to understand and calculate, it is liked by both employees and organisations, because it is so easy to implement. More than that though, a bonus payment system can be used to reward employees who regularly deliver exceptional work. If an employee regularly receives positive feedback from customers, a manager may reward them with a surprise bonus. This type of recognition can have a massive effect on keeping great staff motivated and can encourage others to up their performance as well. There is no doubt that bonuses can encourage hard work, but they can also have the opposite effect as well. If an employee feels the target that has been set is unachievable, they may actually reduce how hard they work. And equally, if an employee hits their target before the deadline date, they may start to coast as they know they have already earned their bonus. In fact, the issue with employees hitting targets can also cause another problem, as the system becomes very expensive if bonuses have to be paid to everyone. Okay, let's move on to our next payment system and look at the piece rate payment method. Piece rate is a payment method that pays employees based on the number of items they make. For example, an employee may be paid £1 for every skirt they make. As is clear, such a payment method creates a huge incentive to work hard, as the more an employee produces, the more an employee will earn. Moreover, as the piece rate is paid per item made, it is a really straightforward payment system to understand and implement across a business. However, as such a system encourages employees to work quickly, it can result in the quality of the product deteriorating as employees rush to complete work and cut corners to do so. Obviously, to avoid this, a business will have to put in place measures such as quality checks and supervision to ensure the piece rate is only paid when an item meets a certain standard. Another issue with piece rate is that if the rate is inaccurately set, it can cause problems. For example, if the rate is set too high, the system will become very expensive. Whereas, if it is set too low, employees will become disgruntled that even when they work hard, they don't earn very much. In fact, employees can also be annoyed by piece rate when circumstances beyond their control mean they can't make anything. For example, if raw materials aren't delivered on time, or machinery breaks down, meaning production stops. As you have probably realised, the piece rate payment method is generally used in manufacturing industries. However, in lots of organisations, products are not made, but instead are sold to customers, meaning piece rate could not be used. When this is the case, a very similar payment system called commission is used. Let's look at that now. Commission is a payment method that pays employees based on the number of items they sell. For example, an employee may be paid £10 for every bike they sell, or 10% of the total sales they make. As with piece rate, such a payment method incentivises employees to work hard and sell as much as they can. This is a really important point because if employees are really good at selling products, it will generate a lot of revenue for the business. Moreover, because commission is a really easy payment system to understand and implement, organisations are happy to use it within their businesses. However, although commission offers a number of benefits, we also have to remember that as commission encourages staff to sell to all customers, it can result in a number of problems. This is because sales staff can become pushy and aggressive, which can result in customers feeling forced into buying something or being sold something that they do not need. In both these circumstances, the quality of customer service is negatively affected. Another problem with commission is that its success is very much dependent upon the rate at which commission is paid. If it is set too high, commission can become a very expensive way for a business to pay its employees. On the other hand, if it is set too low, employees become annoyed that even when they are selling a lot, they don't earn much money. In fact, if all an employee's earnings are based on commission, such a payment system can become very frustrating if the employee is having problems selling anything due to bad weather, poor quality products, or such like. As such, in most circumstances, an organisation will provide its employees with a basic monthly wage that can then be topped up by commission based on sales made. Okay, let's now move on to our last payment system and ask, what is a salary? Salary is a payment method where employees are paid a fixed amount every month. For example, a business may agree to pay an employee £1,000 per month based on an annual salary of £12,000. As can be seen, the salary payment method is incredibly easy to understand and implement, as all it involves is taking an employee's annual salary, dividing it by 12 and then paying that amount monthly to the employee. In fact, unlike other payment methods, no alterations need to be made for days and hours worked or holidays taken, as every month the employee is paid the same amount. Employees also like this as they know exactly what they will earn every month, which makes it far easier to budget and pay bills. However, as employees are paid the same amount each month, this can cause issues as it gives no incentive to work hard. It doesn't matter how much effort an employee puts in, they will be paid the same amount. Okay, so what did we learn in today's presentation? Well, first of all, we found out about the different types of payment systems used by organisations, and then we went on to explore the advantages and disadvantages of each of those payment systems. As has been shown, there are a vast range of methods an organisation can use to pay its employees. However, as is often the case in business, it is important to realise that there is no one best system. In fact, in many organisations, a range of payment methods will be used for different types of worker to get the most out of them. More than that though, Even for individual employees, an organisation may use a mixture of methods. For example, someone mainly paid by commission may also receive a low basic salary, whereas someone paid by salary may also receive bonuses for hitting targets. What this clearly demonstrates is that payment methods are an effective way of rewarding employees. However, it is not as simple as just picking a payment system and expecting a positive outcome. An organisation must carefully consider the employees they have and the jobs they undertake before deciding on which payment method or methods should be used to get the best out of them.